shows that dams and rivers are already spilling water as the latest water level is put at 10.66% as against the initial volume of 10.01% less than 1 week ago. Similarly, all indices of the floods of 2012 have resurfaced in 2018 with continuous heavy rains likely to pose more danger to the lives of the people. Last week's predictions by the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency indicates that 12 states are likely to be affected in the event of imminent flooding. The Director General of NEMA convened a stakeholders' emergency meeting to strategize on ways of rising to the unfolding challenge. In view of this threat, NEMA has commenced a visitation to military formations in charge of search and rescue across the country, with a visit to Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, and Sokoto states. While in Lagos, at the Logistics Command of the Nigerian Air Force and the Naval Base Disaster Response Command, the NEMA boss expressed satisfaction with the level of preparedness and facilities on ground.
The state of preparedness is upped, the facilities are there, and like the AOC has explained, even simulation exercise has taken place.
We organized the simulation exercise, and with that, we are well positioned and ready.
There are functional helicopters that can be used for any operation in disaster management.
The visit to military formations will continue in Ogun, Osun, Kwara, and Ekiti states. In Lagos, Ilyasu Aliyakubu, NTA News.
You're still watching Nationwide. Jigawa holds political roundtable in readiness for 2019 general elections. Details with Rukaya in Kaduna. Over to you.
Welcome to Kaduna Network Center. Ahead of 2019 general elections, a one-day roundtable on politicians and political ideology has been held in Dutse, the Jigawa state capital, with participants agreeing to sensitize people on the need for issue-based campaigns. Awal Muhammad Kazauri has details.
Few months to 2019 general elections, already political activities have picked up in Jigawa State, with political pressure groups and civil society organizations sensitizing both politicians and followers on the need for decorum. This event, put together by Dutse Metropolitan Group, is to promote peaceful conduct and promote politics of ideology rather than selfish motives for the development of the nation. Jigawa State Deputy Governor harps on the youth to take the advantage of not too young to run opportunity provided by present administration.
We have a system now where most voters are of the opinion that their votes count. Or they counted the last time and they hope that they will count as we go along.
We decide to center on this theme to remind people within the metropolis and outside, in fact the whole country, that politics should be about ideology. You should stand for something and you should be agitating for that thing. That ideology is what will dictate your agenda when you win office.
Political scientists, politicians, and other strata of the society hinge on politics without bitterness and issues-based campaigns. From Dutse, Awal Muhammad Kazaure, NTA News.
And Standard Organization of Nigeria, SON, has sealed some shops in Kano following alleged smuggling of substandard textile materials into the country, in spite of the federal government ban on importation of such materials. Awal Salisu has the story.
The substandard textile materials stored in 8 warehouses in various locations within Kano metropolis, allegedly smuggled by some suspected traders. The team of operation led by the coordinator of the unit, Suleiman Alaji Issa, said the activities of such traders is counterproductive to the nation's economy.
Then there is also the economic implication. Now, the import of these substandard products is the reason why all our local factories have closed down.
Head of Textile and Leather Laboratory of the organization, Mr. Bitrus Joshua, said apart from being substandard, the materials have health implications.
This is one of the critical parameters, the composition. Once a failed composition, by our standard, it is considered to be substandard, because in our standard we have criteria for conformity. By this test, it has failed.
The organization therefore sealed the affected warehouses pending the outcome of the investigation. In Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
More than 1,500 recruits who have undergone training at the Nigerian Air Force Ground Training Command Kaduna are set to pass out from the command. Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachkun reports that awards were presented to the best performing recruits at beating of the retreat ceremony.
Beating of the retreat is an age-long tradition in military warfare dating back to the 16th century, which was first used to recall nearby patrol units to their castle. The ceremony, among other things, featured firing of cannon by the graduated recruits partitioned into 4 squadrons. Best graduating recruits in drill, weapon handling, and obstacle crossing, among other military training, were presented awards.
And you have a duty to put the service first in whatever you do. You must therefore be loyal at all times and prepare to defend the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The recruits will pass out next Friday. In Kaduna, I am Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachkun, NTA News.
Is nationwide on the network service of the NTA. More stories after this commercial break.
2018 Abuja. Theme: Archiving for Creativity. Date: December 1st to 7th, 2018. Featuring film screenings, masterclasses, special tributes, NFC Annual Film Lecture, NFC Annual Essay Competition Awards, special national and state days, Lifetime Achievement Awards, and Zuma Film Festival 2018 Awards. Submission of entries for non-competition, competition, and screening is ongoing and closes September 30th, 2018. All entries should be forwarded to the Festival Director, Zuma Film Festival Nigerian Film Corporation, headquarters in Jos, and/or its zonal offices in Abia, Lagos, Kano, Asaba, Yola, and Abuja, or through the Film Freeway online platform, www.filmfreeway.com. For further inquiries, call 0033146842, 08052728321, or 08063390420, or visit the website www.zumafilmfest.gov.ng. Zuma Film Festival 2018. December 1st to 7th, Abuja, Nigerian's foremost film festival.
Fake news which is shared for malicious purposes is a danger to our peace and security in Nigeria. Misinformation as fake news is a serious threat to our hard-earned democracy and promotes hatred and misunderstanding between our communities. We are all responsible for stopping the spread of fake news in its tracks. So, always check the source and credibility of any news item. Say no to fake news. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information.
Join us every Saturday by 10 p.m. for Eye on the Road,
the program from the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA.
We'll bring you highlights of policies and programs on road maintenance. You'll hear from road users as well as those charged with maintaining the roads.
It's interactive, it's informative, it's educative.
It's Eye on the Road, showing Saturdays at 10 p.m.
Yeah, Modena. Do you have Java? Yes. And Abula? Yes, sir. Black or white? Yamala. Have I ever eaten white amala here before? Give me amala and abula. Do you have dodo? Dodo program. Good. Let me have some dodo. I want to put the meat in a bowl. Shaki, suku, abodi. I like my edo to be very tender. You have stockfish? Yes, sir. Good. Let's have some stock. And catfish, my favorite. Don't mind them. You have eggs. I would like 6 boiled eggs. No eggs. Okay, the catfish will do. And then rice. Rice and then some salad. Look. Do you have a guru?
Welcome back to the concluding part of Nationwide. Every culture has its customs and peculiar ways that makes it unique from others and endears people to it. You will be surprised that Borno State, which the insurgents have tried to bring to its knees, is still proud of its name, Borno Kiji, meaning a place of happiness and enjoyment in Kanuri language. Let's move over to Maiduguri and learn more from Jummai Yusuf.
Like a jewel of inestimable value, Borno at the height of Canon Borno might remained a center of socio-economic and religious contact with empires in the West, North Africa, Sudan, and nations beyond the Mediterranean, maintaining a rightful place in the sub-Saharan trade.
When Borno was having an established, structured, administration in terms of political, military, social, and economic, even the Great Britain was just, starting up. So therefore, Borno became so great, and because of the resilience and attitude of its leaders of accepting everyone.
Today, Borno serves as a principal trading hub in Nigeria and Africa, bringing together people from all over the country and beyond, cutting across ethnic, religious, and tribal lines. Maiduguri, the state capital, is a city with a cosmopolitan population, engaging in lawful business and living peacefully, as most of the settlers from within and outside Nigeria have adapted the culture and language. Thus, it is not unusual to hear them use the phrase Borno Kiji to describe Borno.
Borno Kiji, Kermade, Lewa Napkata.
Yoro Angala, Borno Kiji, Okami Mostetin. Soro we were saying if you can uskun. Now then Kasudikin.
Although the insurgency has taken its toll on the state, but with appreciable peace being restored to Maiduguri, the state capital, population has doubled as people are returning to pick up the businesses and lives they left behind at the peak of the insurgency. This is a clear indication that Borno is indeed the home of peace and hospitality. Thus, Borno Kiji, a place of comfort and joy, infrastructural development and provision of social amenities despite the challenges of the Boko Haram insurgency.
It won't be out of place if you describe the phrase Borno Kiji as multifaceted, taking into account the endowment abound in the state, such as its rich cultural heritage, food, attire, and most especially its unique hospitality to people, especially visitors. In Maiduguri, Jummai Yusuf, NTA News.
Thanks, Jummai. Our next report is from Oshun. With less than 2 weeks to the Osun State governorship election, the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, Brigadier General Suleiman Kazauri, has warned corps members to be apolitical and security conscious. The Director General gave the warning during a visit to NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp in Ede, Osun State. Olainka Ojo has more.
Some of the corps members in this hall will be involved in the election as INEC ad hoc staff come 22nd of this month for the governorship election in Osun State. This is because the contributions of youth corps members have brought transparency, credibility, and fairness to the electoral process in Nigeria, a testimony from both local and international observers. Addressing the youth corps members at the orientation camp in Osun State, Brigadier General Suleiman Kazauri warned them to avoid any form of inducement from politicians before, during, and after elections. He reiterated that youth corps members caught will face the wrath of the law.
To be neutral, to be non-partisan, and they should respect the rule of law.
And urged them to be security conscious.
We are in constant collaboration with all the security agents, police, army, and they assure us that their security is guaranteed during, even, and after election.
The NYSC boss also inaugurated a 4-bedroom NYSC clinic built through the effort of staff and friends of the scheme. The Minister of Health, Professor Isaac Adewale, who had earlier visited the NYSC Orientation Camp Clinic, promised to provide the necessary facilities. Olainka Uju, NTA News.
Next, sports. President Muhammadu Buhari charges the Tigresses not to let the country down in Spain as Golden Eaglets battle Ghana Starlets on Sunday in Niamey. This and more with Tamara Ibiwe on Sports Update.
President Muhammadu Buhari has appealed to the female basketball team, the Tigresses, to avoid anything that will tarnish the image of Nigeria at this year's FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup in Spain. Sports Minister Solomon Dalung, while delivering the president's message, when the team, led by the Vice President of the Federation, Babs Ogun-Ade, in his office in Abuja Thursday, urged the team that won the Afrobasket in Mali to surpass their previous records.
The president is appealing that we try to refrain from anything that would lead to tarnishing our images and the image of our country.
As the 2018 Under-21 Men's Volleyball Africa Cup of Nations entered the tree on Friday at the